We've been traveling full-time for the past few years, and we are often asked, what are the best places to travel to? In today's video, we're going to tell you 5 places that we think deserve a place on everyone's bucket list in 2024. So let's get started.
We're John and Bev, and we are the Retirement Travelers.
If you're just finding us, we're a senior travel couple. Besides this YouTube channel, we also have a website where you can sign up for our newsletter and follow along. We are traveling full-time, trying to experience all the world has to offer. We've seen some amazing sights and been to some incredibly beautiful destinations. Today we're going to talk about 5 places that can fuel your wanderlust and renew and recharge your life.
The first location is the Faroe Islands, located in the North Atlantic Ocean. The ever-expansive vistas are the main attraction on the Faroe Islands, with the rare advantage of enjoying them in near solitude. Prepare yourself for the most dramatic scenery you can imagine, with waterfalls on tap that could give Iceland a run for its money. Unobstructed views, 0 queues, and no tourist crowds. If you are a nature lover, hiking junkie, or just a photographer with a smartphone, and you are looking for an off-the-beaten-path destination, the Faroe Islands are for you. The landscape is dotted with lovely villages where many of the colorful houses still follow the Viking tradition of lining their roofs with grass. Traveling around the islands by rental car is facilitated by an incredibly modern and maintained road system. You can even drive between the main islands using the unique system of tunnels. It's quite an engineering marvel. The islands are a peaceful respite from the hectic travel and tourist crowds that much of Europe has to offer. You will be immersed in a pastoral sense of wellness and calm. The sheep and cattle graze on the lush green hillsides, sometimes on the sides of the road, and a farmer can be seen tending to his tasks. The cliffs seem to have no bounds, and there are many hiking trails that offer views for miles. We ate locally caught fish at restaurants surrounding the local harbors. The official languages are Faroese and Danish, but we had no trouble finding people who spoke English. The best time to visit is the summer months, where the temperatures max out in the mid-50s. During the summer, days are long and the weather can change on a dime, so be prepared for rain, strong winds, and sunshine all in one day.
If you are looking for a stunning destination for an intrepid adventure, then look no further than Lake Atitlan in Guatemala. This mile-high lake is 1,100 feet deep and covers 50 square miles. It is considered one of the most beautiful lakes in the world, where it is fed by 2 rivers but does not drain into any ocean. Surrounded by 3 volcanoes and 11 villages and towns, this lake will capture your heart like no other in Central America. The Mayan culture is alive and well, with indigenous peoples living in harmony with busy people living their lives. As you pass these humble and reserved people and paths along the lake, you will undoubtedly be greeted with sweet smiles and head nods. They will inevitably leave an imprint on your heart. Water taxis are the only way to traverse between these villages, and they are easy to obtain. Just walk to the dock and wave down one as if you're hailing a taxi in Midtown Manhattan. The other option is to follow the rocky paths up and around the waterfront, where sandaled feet have worn a well-defined path. Hire a guide for the day to take you to visit the villages or embrace the many yoga retreats that are sure to energize you, or take part in a cooking class to learn how to make classic dishes of the region. Whatever your adventure chooses to be, we are sure that it will include a porchside hammock and the sun setting behind a beautiful volcano, while water taxis transport others to their own adventure.
Every bucket list surely has a deserted sandy beach on it, but the real beauty of this location lies just below the water's edge. Considered the best diving and snorkeling spot in the entire world, Raja Ampat is one paradise that everyone should see. Located in the middle of what is known as the Coral Triangle, home to 75% of the world's known coral species, this paradise includes over 1,700 different species of fish. No matter where you turn your head, you will be greeted with fish and sea turtles who seem to welcome you instead of swimming away in fear. While it takes some effort to travel to this remote location in the northwest corner of Indonesia's West Papua province, you can be assured you will not be surrounded by hordes of tourists. Rather, you will be surrounded by beautiful crystal clear blue water, white sand beaches, and even some flying foxes hanging in the trees. The area has several options for accommodations, so whether you sleep on a live-aboard boat, relax at a beach resort, or enjoy a homestay, you are sure to be surrounded by a laid-back vibe of locals eager to please.
The Greek Isles are surely on many bucket lists, but one seems to be missing on far too many: Folegandros. This tiny island is located just 45 minutes away from Santorini via ferry. So while you might visit this bigger island to gaze at the cave houses in the town of Ia, you must come here to experience true Greek hospitality and graciousness. Home to just under 800 inhabitants, it is 12.5 square miles of paradise. In spring, the hillsides are covered with wildflowers and very few tourists. With its miles and miles of rock terraces, it also features hiking paths with signage informing you how long it will take to traverse to the next destination as opposed to the distance you will cover. Home to over 600 churches, this beautiful island is steeped in faith and family. Centuries ago, it was Crete's island of exiles who built a life on what was considered unfertile, inhospitable soil. But in the end, they flourished and built a community of endurance and steadfastness. You might pass a gentleman on a donkey, or you might frolic in the blue waters of the Aegean Sea, or you might just walk the miles and miles of paths. But one thing is for sure, you will never forget this experience of being on this very special island, surrounded by nothing but your peaceful thoughts.
Milford Sound is often the highlight for many visitors to the South Island of New Zealand, and while the island is full of breathtaking scenery, Milford Sound is the exhale. It was for us as we enjoyed a boat cruise and then a kayak tour. The glacier-carved fjord valley is one of the most beautiful places on Earth. In fact, it feels like a sweet corner that is meant to be enjoyed and savored. We were told that to experience the trifecta, we would need to see seals, penguins, and dolphins, and the adventure didn't disappoint when we spotted all three taking their bow for the standing ovation we gave. From any vantage point, you will spot waterfalls and snow-capped mountains that drop down into Milford Sound, which pours into the Tasman Sea. Imagining explorers discovering this quaint inlet and building a community here is remarkable. Hiking the Milford Track is a bucket list worthy 33-mile adventure that many hikers manage to accomplish in 4 days. There is a shorter version that can be hiked in a day, but no matter how you choose to embrace this jewel, we highly recommend adding it to your list of grand adventures.
There are many places in the world that are bucket list worthy, but these are the ones that are currently pulling us back. We cannot wait to go to these places again, and we hope our list inspires you to add them to your own.
We'd love to hear your top 5, so please share your favorite places in the comment section below, and we'll add them to our list. See you next time.
Be sure to hit subscribe and follow along on our retirement journey around the world.